I've designed a document with a contact details page in cream. On this page, I have a contact table that lists in columns the first name, the email, and the phone number. But in between each row, I've got this dotted line to separate them. And that dotted line is orange, but I can see this white gap color in between the dots, which I definitely don't want to be there because my page is not white, it's cream. I want the cream color to show through in between those dots. There's a very easy fix to this. I'm going to select all my cells that this line and gap color affects, and I'm just going to make sure that there's no other white applied to these lines. In the properties box up above on the top here, I've got the outer margin selected, but the lines that are affected are the ones in between. So I'm going to select the center line here, the center horizontal line. And once I do that, I can see that the color I've selected for those lines is indeed orange. And it shows me here that I've applied a dotted line to them. So everything I've done is correct. But the one thing that has been applied unknowingly or perhaps by default is actually found in the stroke dialog box. So here you'll see there's at the bottom of this dialog box is another preview of which lines I can choose to apply an effect on. And since I've only got this white gap appearing on those horizontal dotted lines, I'm going to select only that center line. So it's 1.5 point, the type is dotted, but you'll see underneath that the gap color is in fact paper, and paper is typically white, so it's applied a white gap color in between the dots. If I select none, it'll instantly get rid of that white gap. So I'm going to do that now and deselect it all, and you can see, great. There's no more white in between those orange dots. Hang on a second. The very last row still has white gaps on it. Why is that? Because it's the very bottom of my table. And remember, when I selected all these cells, I didn't select the very last horizontal line, which is the bottom margin. I only selected the center line. So if now I go and select the bottom horizontal line in this preview, you'll see that the gap color is still applied. And again, same thing. Select none, and that gap color will disappear. You can, of course, do that in one hit. Just remember to select everything and choose those two lines. I just happened to overlook that first selection, and I had to repeat the task. So that's it. It's a really simple fix. If you ever have a different page color to white in your design, and you wind up with a gap color that's not appropriate for your design in between your dots. Remember, it's in the stroke panel, and you need to select the correct line, whether it's the entire box with verticals and horizontals and outside margins of that text box included, or if it's just the center horizontal lines or the verticals. You decide, you choose whatever works for your design.